Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
At the Circuit of the Americas in Texas, USA, for the start of what is sure to be another exciting race weekend. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations, and how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
Okay, test complete, and that was a program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data. Well done, P1. Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of value. Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Expecting qualifying to start any minute here in Austin, Texas, where drivers will be hoping to top the timesheets today and be ready for tomorrow's US Grand Prix. So, could be a tasty one today then, Ants. We've got all the ingredients, that's for sure. Treacherous conditions, an ever-changing racetrack, and one or two cars just behind the pace setters who maybe, just maybe, fancy a bit of an upset after a good performance from them in free practice.
And the question has to be, of course, what is that circuit going to look like in 10 to 15 minutes from now? If you think the rain's going to get worse, then you have to be straight out when the lights go green to find whatever grip you can. But if it eases off, then you're better off waiting, saving the tyres, and going out at the perfect moment. The other thing that comes with these conditions? Traffic, and the lack of visibility that comes from sitting in the spray. It's going to be a constant problem, and I expect to see a lot of frustrated drivers with ruined laps out there today.
What fantastic enthusiasm we have for Formula One here in the United States of America. And it's an enthusiasm born from generations of memorable Grand Prix racing. Bruce McLaren took his maiden victory at Sebring way back in 1959, and John Watson's 1983 victory at Long Beach, well, that still holds the record for the lowest ever starting position for a race winner. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas, overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6 mile track, and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. Almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up in pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Fernando Alonso and Perez, Ocon, Sainz, Grosjean and Daniel Ricciardo, Leclerc, Gasly, Brendan Hartley and Hulkenberg, Sirotkin, Ericsson. They've taken a grid penalty. Kevin Magnussen and Lance Stroll, Verstappen and Crofty. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Second of the car ahead, the DRS zone. Gap to car in front is 1.9. Be on the softs. See these tyres through to the end now. Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Virtual safety car, reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Green flag. Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. So, Anne, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. Drivers' standings. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for? And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. You were cutting your way through the field during the race. It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Have you learned a lot from your battle with your rival?
Appreciate your time.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.